You and or your agent may attend the home inspection with your inspector and review the report. Talk to me about anything that might be problematic with an appraisal or financing that was undiscovered prior. The title attorney will send you forms to fill out, including how you're going to take title and your personal information. You must make sure that you're paying attention to your emails so that you can supply all the information needed to all of the parties. They will also reach out to you for potential payment of the survey before closing. Sometimes the survey payment is collected at closing. We request quotes for you for homeowners insurance. We send requests out to our most trusted agent friends. You don't have to use them. However, they have proven to provide great quotes and know how to work on a purchase mortgage with a lender. Some insurance agents are very slow and can cause delay in processing of a loan application and getting it cleared to close. Your agent may also have a recommendation. Most people don't know an insurance agent, so since we do, we send them to you. We request these quotes by email with the documentation that they will need for them to be able to respond to you with quotes. Now, that's your job to call the agents and make sure that you like them, get along with them, and understand what they're telling you and understand what you need. As soon as you can, within a few business days of receiving the quotes, it's best to pick a policy and send it to us. This will need to be done so that we could submit this policy to our final underwrite. Within a few days of receiving the quotes, it is best to pick a policy and send it to us. This quote will need to be bound so that we can submit this policy with our final underwrite. As the appraisal is getting ordered, we are now submitting all of your updated documents that you sent to our processor to underwriting. Underwriters review everything, not with personal opinion, but in conjunction and accordance with the guidelines that are set forward on each type of loan and property. They compare your loan application and documents to the guidelines. Sometimes the guidelines require additional documentation, and sometimes your documents that are submitted also require additional documentation to explain them. This is where the underwriter gives the first initial approval, called the loan commitment. This satisfies the financing section in your contract when it is provided along with receiving the appraisal. Once this is issued, our processor will send it to you with any additional documentation requests. It is your responsibility to share this with your agent so they can inform everyone that the loan is on track. This helps alleviate their stress levels as well because we do this pretty fast. Once the appraisal is ordered, we will be given a due date. The appraiser will then be communicating with the seller agent to find a great time to go inspect the house. The physical house inspection is really quick. What really takes time is when they go back and do their homework, finding like properties that have sold within the past 3 to 6 months. After they review everything, they come up with a comparison and analysis and create a property appraisal report. Your appraisal could come in appraised just right or higher or lower, at which point you can't get more loan if it's higher, but you will have to negotiate if it's lower. In addition, appraisals come back with a designation of either as is or subject to. If the appraisal is as is, we keep going. If the appraisal is called subject to, we can deal with that together. Now that we know things are looking good, this is a perfect time to schedule your mover. We have the perfect mover for you, Sunshine Movers. I've moved many times on my own, and I will never move without using them again. You will be happy and less stressed out when the move happens. When you call them and mention that I sent you, they will give you a discount. At least get an estimate and highly consider using a professional mover that cares about your items. We've received the appraisal. We've received your homeowner's quote that you picked and bound. We've received title, and now we've also received all of your additional documentation that may have been necessary. This is when we submit for a final underwrite, hoping that no additional conditions will be needed or added. If no conditions are needed, you will receive a clear to close, which means we can proceed to scheduling your closing time with your attorney. This appointment time is selected by you and your title attorney. If the underwriter determines that the guidelines need additional documentation, then we do another round of tidying up any type of documentation issues or questions that there may be. Once that's completed, we again submit for the clear to close. At least a minimum of 3 days before closing, you'll receive something called an initial closing disclosure. The title company and our closers may or may not have fully balanced your closing disclosure yet. That actually just means they really took an account of what actually was spent already and what has to be removed or what needs to be added so that you have an accurate closing disclosure. That accurate closing disclosure usually arrives the day before or day of closing, sometimes even sooner. We can review this together. You may also receive initial closing documents to sign electronically that help cut down the length of time that you're in the actual closing. It also cuts down on the amount of trees we kill. Once we are clear to close, the closer and the title agent get together and balance your closing disclosure. Once they've balanced and they have both have accurate numbers that are the same, those numbers are then the final numbers that go on your closing disclosure, and you will know exactly how much wire you need to send. Then the closing department sends the closing documents to the title agent ready for your signature at the time that you have scheduled with the title agent or attorney. Usually the day before or the morning of your closing, your agent and you will walk through the property and make sure that all of the things are the way they should be for you to close on your new home. This is your big day and when you sign for your new home. The title attorney will make sure that your first payment letter is the very first thing that you see in your closing package. You may receive them by paper, electronically, or even on a thumb drive. Make sure you don't lose these because this includes the only first payment letter you will receive and very important documentation. It's moving time. Time to use that mover and move in. Relax, enjoy, and have a great first night at your home. Please remember, I've lived in this area since I was 5, and I have every single resource to help you with home maintenance or anything you might think of related to your home. Literally, my tool belt covers people that do your nails to your roof. You can access my tool belt here. I have videos of each amazing company I work with. Usually, your first payment is due a month or more from closing. Make sure that you keep that first payment letter. Pay attention to your mail because you will receive documentation in case the servicer of your loan has switched or even for electronic loan payment options. Also, pay attention to any junk mail that say you need additional insurance on your mortgage or you need to pay for your deed. You need neither of these, and these are scams. You'll receive a lot of junk mail that are scams. If you have any questions about this, please contact me so I can help you verify what is legitimate. Now that you've settled in, remember, I'm your loan officer. No matter who your servicer is, I will help you with refinancing, purchasing any other homes, your friends' purchases, your families, or your coworkers. The best compliment to me and my team are referrals from these people from you. I know that I've done my job if I've received another referral from you. I'd also ask you to fill out a testimonial that has been emailed or texted to you. As I said, I'm not going anywhere. So for the duration you are a homeowner, which hopefully is the rest of your life, I'm there for you. I can help you connect you to home improvements and other things along with just knowing more about the area. I want to stay connected with you because being blessed to be part of your most important purchase in your life is important to me.